Our next outstanding teaching and mentoring award recipient is Tracy Pickle.
We honor Tracy Pickle as an outstanding teacher at Springbrook Middle School. She is a homegrown gal, having been born and raised in Adrian and graduating from Adrian High School. After graduation, she attended Western Michigan University to obtain her teaching degree. She also has a master's degree in educational leadership from Eastern Michigan University. 25 years ago, she started teaching math and science to first and second graders at Michener Elementary, then on to Drager 5-6, and 5 years ago to Springbrook Middle School to teach math. Tracy has said the greatest irony of her teaching career is that as a student, math was not her favorite subject. Today, she instills a love of math and learning in her students. Her nomination support letters from parents and students are filled with accolades about her ability to challenge her students to work hard and develop their organizational and precision skills that will be a huge benefit to them throughout their educational career as well as their adult lives. Several of them mentioned she has high expectations for her students and a belief that all students are capable.
Like Ms. Pickle also does always slow down if you don't get what we're doing in math. In our class, it's a very fast-paced class. So if you don't understand it, she always slows down to make sure you can get she gets what, so you get what you're doing.
The reason I nominated Miss Pickle was because she's able to break stuff down into more manageable pieces, and we take the time to be able to really understand what we're going to be learning and what we're learning currently, so that it's not just a rush to try to get stuff done. We actually take the time that we need in order to learn stuff, but the pace isn't also so slow that it gets boring. It's constantly you're learning something new, but you're taking the time you need in order to learn that thing.
I also think she explains things really well. She makes sure that you really, Addison said, you know what you're doing, so you can remember it. She prepares us well for tests and stuff. She gave us good study habits that we hadn't learned before this year, which was really nice. So
she goes through stuff really fast because she knows we can. And I think the thing that makes her a really great teacher is that she can cope with all different learning abilities. If you see stuff in pictures or words, stuff like that.
I think Miss Pickle is an outstanding teacher because she's really organized with her stuff. She replies to a lot of stuff instantly. She helped me out during algebra when I was struggling.
Whenever we have to learn something to memorize it, she always turns on a song that has its numbers in instead of the lyrics of the song, and it really helps. So I know the quadratic formula memorized now because of that.
Students hold her in high esteem as evidenced by their letters that contain these comments. It's a no-nonsense classroom. She is strict but supportive and always there to answer questions. She is kind to everyone and motivates her classes to do their best. She made me feel wanted and welcome the very first day I transferred to APS. She makes my day better. She goes above and beyond to make learning fun and exciting by telling stories and jokes and making us all have a good time. We do a lot of projects that make class fun, like the architect project that combined math and design. She never lets anyone fall behind in class. She is always willing to help using her own time. She taught me that it's more important to know how to get an answer than the actual answer. She helps us grow intellectually and emotionally. One story told of a student who had previously never struggled in math class but became frustrated in the advanced class. Miss Pickle took that opportunity to teach him how to be a better student, how to organize himself, how to take the time to do problems thoroughly and properly. The student began to trust her and respect her and succeeded under her guidance and excelled the rest of the year. Most of the students commented on the help they receive in Miss Pickle's classroom during her lunch period and after school in math or whatever need they might have. They cited her accessibility as a major factor in their success and their sense of well-being in school. Parent comments reflect their satisfaction as well. They appreciate her communications and dedication to their students. One parent noted Miss Pickle as extremely approachable to parents and is always willing to meet in person or over the phone. Her curriculum is planned out so parents can see what their students are doing. Another parent noted a personal call from Miss Pickle stating the extra effort and productivity her student had shown. She appreciated the call so much she still has it on her answering machine. The parent added that Ms. Pickle was instrumental in building her students' confidence and attitude toward school. One gratifying story that was noted occurred on the last day of class before the students were going to online school because of COVID. Tracy took time to talk to the students. Her focus was not on the school that they would miss, but on their well-being and how they were feeling about things. She talked to them about taking care of themselves during the time ahead. This was just another example of how she shows her students how important they are to her. Tracy believes it is her privilege to inspire our APS students. One grateful parent showed her appreciation for Ms. Pickle's efforts with this statement. There are certain teachers that leave a lasting impression for being such a positive influence in your life, and Ms. Pickle will be one of those special teachers for our children. Tracy and her husband Phil McVeigh reside in Adrian.
Thank you, Miss Pickle. You're a very good teacher.
Congratulations, Ms. Pickle.
Congratulations, Miss Pickle. I think you really deserve this award, and keep doing what you're doing.
Congratulations, Mrs. Pickle. You deserve it.
Congratulations, Tracy. Please come forward and accept your award.
You really can't see out there. Thank you. Good evening, and thank you for attending tonight. It's good to see so many of the familiar students and old colleagues and administration and foundation members, so thank you. As you're aware, I received the award actually last school year, and the award is very special. This is very humbling and touching, but the attention and all of this kind of thing makes me very uncomfortable. I couldn't believe my luck. I won this award during the middle of the pandemic, and I thought, this is the year. There's no video, there's no ceremony and speech. I can do this. And then they came up with this year. So here I am, and we're together with me being nervous giving a speech. So thank you for being here with me and suffering through this. The true highlight of the whole thing, though, was really reading the letters. And they were kind enough to give me the letters last year, a few of them just to kind of let me have the taste of what this was all about. And I found two patterns emerging as I read the letters, and things from the video kind of echoed it. Students and parents mentioned that I value the learning process and that I hold students to really high expectations for their education. They specifically talked about inspiring students to be their best. And I think that that rings true. That's really something I've worked on. But I have to tell you all, these two traits were instilled in me from a very young age. I can attribute both of those traits, those qualities, to my parents. My parents really valued education, and they gave me the idea that if I worked hard in school, I could do whatever I wanted as an adult. They held me to high standards. Working hard in school when I was a student was the only option. As a child, I remember being told, you work hard and you can be whatever you want to do when you grow up. I remember also being not the most cooperative teenager, and as a mouthy teenager, I proudly announced one day that I was going to be a garbage collector. I was sure this would derail the lecture about having to work harder in my classes. But without missing a beat, my parents chimed in with, you'll be the best garbage collector there ever was. If that's the choice you want to make, fine. You'll be good at it, and you'll be the best there is. I didn't win that argument so well, because I still had to do the work. As I reflect on how this impacted my teaching career, I'm very humbled to tell you that the standards my parents held for me have carried over to what I expect from my students. I try to be a role model for them, and they see me give my very best effort. I do work hard to help them succeed. And in return, I expect their best efforts for me. I try to highlight how their work together with me will carry into future careers and opportunities beyond the classroom. We talk about how their futures are bright and what a strong education can do for them, what doors will open because of the choices and the habits they learn now. I tell them whatever job they choose, it will be an adventure, and they will be the best at it. They will make sure to achieve their goals. I even share the story that they can be a garbage collector if they want to be the best garbage collector there is. So thank you to my parents. They instilled the learning of a lifetime for me. And thank you to all of you for sharing yourselves and your kids with me and letting me do what I love to do every day here at Adrian Schools. So thank you to all of you.